The modern world has transformed nearly every part of human life. Technology advances at an unstoppable pace. Globalization collapses distances. Social dynamics shift faster than our hearts can keep up. For many people, this feels like progress. But for believers, especially a Muslim, it often feels like a test. In the middle of all this change, faith is no longer just practiced. It is challenged. Doubt creeps in quietly. Materialism promises fulfillment, but leaves emptiness behind. Secularism slowly pushes faith into the corner of life, as if belief belongs only in private moments and not in public choices. And yet, faith remains the very force that allows a believer to stand firm, to stay grounded, and to navigate the modern world with wisdom instead of fear. Allah reminds us of this promise. Those who strive sincerely for His sake, He will surely guide them to His ways, and Allah is truly with those who do good. Believers are also reminded to be patient, to strengthen one another in patience, to remain alert, and to remain conscious of Allah so that success may be granted. These verses are not distant ideals. They are survival tools for a world that moves fast and forgets meaning. Technology has reshaped how we communicate, how we work, and even how we worship. Digital devices, the internet, artificial intelligence, and endless platforms make life easier in countless ways. But ease is not the same as depth. Communication is faster, yet often emptier. We are more connected, yet strangely alone. Relationships are reduced to notifications. Conversations become shorter. Attention becomes divided. Human presence is replaced by glowing screens. In offices, people sit side by side but scroll through separate worlds. At home, families share the same roof but not the same moments. On buses and trains, laughter comes not from shared stories but from private screens. We laugh, we reply, we scroll, and we forget to look around. We no longer notice the person next to us, not their pain, not their humanity, sometimes not even their existence. Trust within communities fades. Fear grows. People retreat inward, choosing independence over connection, screens over faces, distance over vulnerability. Society becomes more individualistic, more suspicious, more isolated. At the same time, globalization floods daily life with countless cultures, values, and belief systems. Information arrives from every direction. Truth and falsehood travel at the same speed. Identity becomes confusing. Morality becomes negotiable. Faith, once inherited and lived, now feels questioned and fragmented. This is where the real challenge begins. One of the greatest threats to faith in the modern era is secularism, a worldview that separates religion from daily life, from social responsibility, from politics, from economics. Faith is reduced to something personal, optional, and silent. But Islam was never meant to be silent. In secular societies, believers often feel pulled between religious principles and worldly expectations. Moral clarity is replaced with moral relativity. Right and wrong become flexible. And when success is measured by wealth, status, and pleasure, the soul is slowly neglected. Materialism deepens this struggle. The pursuit of more never ends. More money, more recognition, more comfort, more pleasure. The heart becomes tired, yet still hungry. Allah reminds us again that for those who believe and do righteous deeds, there are gardens beneath which rivers flow, a promise far greater than anything this world can offer. Technology also reshapes how people view religion itself. Social media spreads both guidance and misinformation. Truth and distortion share the same platforms. False teachings can go viral faster than wisdom. Young hearts searching for meaning can be misled without realizing it. Access to information is no longer the problem. Discernment is. This is why religious education matters now more than ever. Faith is not strengthened by blind acceptance. Islam teaches verification, reflection, and responsibility. If news comes from an unreliable source, verify it. Do not follow what you do not truly understand. Every hearing, every sight, every heart will be questioned. True religious education teaches believers how to filter information, how to think critically, and how to measure ideas against the Quran, the teachings of the Prophet, and the wisdom of scholars. It builds clarity in a world of noise. But religious education is not only about rituals and rules. It is about character. It shapes honesty in the workplace, integrity in leadership, compassion in families, patience in conflict, mercy in society. A person grounded in faith carries it into every role, as a parent, a spouse, a child, a neighbor, a colleague. Faith becomes visible through behavior, not just words. Strong faith also requires strong connection to Allah. Prayer structures the day. The Quran heals the heart. Supplication opens a direct line between the servant and the Creator. Together, they build a spiritual anchor that keeps the soul steady in uncertain times. Brotherhood and sisterhood matter too. Faith is not meant to be lived alone. In a world that glorifies individualism, believers must intentionally support one another, remind one another, and walk together toward goodness. Technology itself is not the enemy. It is a tool. In wise hand, it spreads light, knowledge, and hope. In careless hands, it distracts, corrupts, and divides. The responsibility lies with how it is used. Facing the modern world does not mean rejecting change. It means adapting without losing identity. Islam is timeless. Its principles remain relevant in every era. Strong faith allows believers to engage with the world without being consumed by it, to succeed without forgetting purpose, to enjoy blessings without worshipping them. This world is not the final destination. It is a test, a field where deeds are planted and outcomes are revealed later. Yes, the modern world brings challenges. Secularism, materialism, digital distraction, but none of these are undefeatable. With sincere dedication, deep understanding of the Quran and Sunnah, consistent worship, strong community, and conscious use of technology, faith can survive. More than that, faith can thrive. A strong iman becomes a foundation that cannot be shaken. And when the noise of the world grows louder, believers remember this truth. Allah is always with those who remain faithful, in this life and in the life that truly lasts.